This all seems very familiar.
It looks like things are worse than we thought. A lot worse.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 overused video game plot points. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at narrative elements such as theme, tone, and character motivation that have a tendency to pop up at a startlingly recurring rate. We aren't saying these narrative decisions are bad, but variety is the spice of life, right? Number 10, America saves the world.
Infiltrate the vessel, take over the bridge, then turn their weapons against their own fleet. I need you to link up with the SEALs and get it done. Good luck.
Good old America. What would we do without him? According to video games, the entire planet would be hopelessly lost if it weren't for the guidance and protection of the United States. This trope is mostly seen in military-themed video games, such as Call of Duty, Medal of Honor, and the Battlefield franchise. No matter the threat or how impossible the odds, the great US of A is always prepared to take up arms and fight back in a forceful and valiant fashion.
The American prevailing is a cliché that only happens in your Hollywood movies.
Nothing against our buddies over in the US of A, of course, but there are tons of other countries in the world ready to fight the good fight should the situation arise, so, just call us, we can do well.
USA is dominate.
Number 9, secret organization conspiracy.
To exert financial as well as political pressure to silence anyone opposed. Proceed.
Whether it's a huge corporation trying to clean up their tracks after unleashing unspeakable evils on the world, or the player actually working for a mysterious organization themselves, this cliche has been used more than once in the medium. The Templars in the Assassin's Creed series, for example, are all about sneaking around and attempting to bend the world to their will. The Umbrella Corporation from Resident Evil, on the other hand, seems to have no limits to how deep their conspiracies go, while Deus Ex draws inspiration from real-life conspiracy theories to make the Illuminati their main antagonists. Sketchy stuff, indeed.
Is everything in place?
Number 8, scientific experiment goes terribly wrong.
He cannot be allowed to leave this place. He would ruin everything.
Resident Evil comes up again because, is there any better video game example of science gone wrong? After a deadly viral outbreak, the amount of nightmarish horrors consequently unleashed upon the Earth is devastating. Or how about the Doom franchise? The premise is basically that scientists thought it would be a great idea to open a portal to hell. To hell! Who thought that would be a good idea? Half-Life is yet another example of scientists screwing up in the most catastrophic way, as Gordon Freeman is technically responsible for pulling the switch that opened our world to a dangerous and powerful alien race. All of you done goofed this time. Number 7, zombie apocalypse. Whoa, Resident Evil is like the living embodiment of most video game plot points, isn't it? The events of Raccoon City are perhaps the most prominent example, but the concept of the dead walking the earth doesn't stop there. We get it, zombies make for good targets to unload bullets into, but the amount of times this has been done is becoming borderline excessive. With other notable examples being Left 4 Dead and Dead Rising. The Last of Us did bring a somewhat unique twist to the format, but it was still at its core, fundamentally, just a zombie game. As for the stuff coming from Konami, what are you guys even doing? Number 6, revenge!
Revenge.
Whether to avenge a loved one or get back at someone who double-crossed them, many video game characters have trekked through perilous lands and spilled buckets of blood in their search for vengeance. One of the most notable examples of this is the ruthlessly brutal warrior Kratos from the God of War series, who quite literally took on the entire Greek pantheon as payback for the times the gods had wronged him.
Zeus, your son has returned! I bring the destruction of Olympus!
Max Payne is a man with a death wish relentlessly gunning down dozens of bad guys after his wife and child were sadistically murdered in his home. It definitely doesn't stop there though. Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, and Splinter Cell Conviction use the theme as revenge as well to drive their narratives forward.
We will be together, my love. Soon. Forever.
Number 5, Alien Invasion. Ever since Space Invaders, aliens make for great target practice, as the abundance of them can provide tons of action and thrills for players. Gunning down weirdos from outer space is fun and all, but how many times do we have to do it before it gets repetitive? The slew of alien-themed video games has us wondering if governments are trying to prepare us for an impending invasion or something. Resistance, Duke Nukem, Halo, XCOM, and more have all had us unload so much ammo into the faces of little green men that it has us genuinely concerned what real aliens will feel when they make first contact. They might come in peace, but we take pleasure in blowing their heads off, so yeesh, awkward.
I'm smarter than all these people.
Delightful.
Number 4, The Chosen One. It's time for prophecies to be fulfilled and for heroes to rise. There are variants to this plot point, such as the legendary hero trope, as commonly seen in the Legend of Zelda series, but it all comes back to your character being chosen by destiny, the gods, or some other MacGuffin. Most commonly represented in the RPG genre with games like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy, the idea here is that you're the one who will restore balance and save the day. While this does endow a sense of purpose and greatness on the player, how many times can we possibly fill the shoes of the Chosen One?
I can't believe it. You're Dragonborn.
Number 3, Amnesia.
You're not my mama?
Usually used to fuel a sense of mystery and intrigue into the storyline, games generally use the amnesia trope to keep the player guessing as the action unfolds. Games in the horror genre are typically prime suspects of this, with titles like Silent Hill, The Witcher, and Dead Space all effectively taking advantage of this trope. Having the character slowly piece information of their past together helps keep us invested as the player, as we too are also witnessing everything come together for the first time. However, this kind of narrative structure happens so frequently that it's lost its luster, as our familiarity with it unfortunately makes things kind of predictable.
Remember anything?
Not much.
Number 2, Save the World, the Galaxy, the Universe. Oh no! The big bad villain has conquered everything and plunged the world into a state of darkness. All hope is lost. Wait, until you step in, of course, because, you might also be the chosen one. This tried and true structure has been found in multiple games across nearly every genre over the years. We can't really blame developers because when all is said and done, it's simple and it works. Metal Gear Solid, Legend of Zelda, Halo, they all revolve around the fight between good and evil in order to save the world, the galaxy, or the universe from certain doom. It's easy to understand and effective in how simple a scenario it is to get the action rolling, despite it being a tad overdone.
You may remember me from my last adventure where I just, saved the world. You're welcome.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few more overused video game plot points.
Workers in Mine M4 have started the rebellion. They're fighting and dying for you as I speak.
Help!
I repeat, we have a confirmed nuke. Everyone, hang on!
Number 1, Damsel in Distress.
My name's Leon. I'm under the President's order to rescue you.
While Super Mario games are the most common and frequent example of this, the Damsel in Distress plotline has trickled its way into other series as well. Resident Evil 4 tasked us with rescuing the President's daughter, Double Dragon has us rescuing our girlfriend, or our friend's girlfriend, and The Legend of Zelda has us curiously saving the fair maiden which the entire franchise is named after. Lately, many female characters are more than capable of fighting their own battles, and while games like Bioshock Infinite have tried to subvert this trope, the game's premise still revolves around escorting a female protagonist to safety. So this plotline probably isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
My name is DeWitt. I'm a friend. I come to get you out of here.
Get away!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.